Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. I am so glad that you are joining me this morning. Before we start, let's sing a quick song to welcome everyone that has joined us. If you know it, sing along. If not, you can clap and dance. Ready? Hello, everybody. How do you do? How do you do? How do you do? Hello, everybody. How do you do? God loves you today. Thank you for singing with me. Today is the first Sunday of Lent. That's why we have purple behind us. Now, for Lent, we are doing something a little bit different for our sneak peeks. Instead of looking at the whole service or at all of the readings, we are going to pick just one story that you will hear during the service. We'll tell that one story and think of one thing we can do throughout the week related to that story. If you want, you can join us at 9 o'clock on Sunday mornings, where we'll share that story and we'll do some stretching together and some singing. But for our sneak peeks, we'll keep it simple. So, for today's story, we will take a look at the second reading from the book of Genesis. And what we'll do is we'll tell that story a little bit differently, and we will start a little bit earlier than today's story actually starts. I will also ask for some help. So, if you're willing, we're going to make some noises, and I'd love for you to show me some of your friends along the way. Are you ready? Almost everyone on Earth has a story about a time when the world almost ended. Most of these stories are about a huge flood, the hugest flood ever. When we tell these stories, we often think about our own fears. In today's Bible story, we will read about when the world almost ended and how it began again. It rained for days and days. Can you make 10 seconds of rain sounds with me? You can use whatever you want to make your sounds. I like to rub my hands together, or snap if you're able, or tap on your legs or on the couch. Imagine all of that rain. Rain and rain and more rain. The water rose until it covered everything. A person named Noah built a boat so big that there was room for his whole family. Actually, Noah built his boat even bigger than that. Noah built it so big that he could bring a family of every animal along too. Pick your favorite animal. Can you show me an animal or make an animal sound? Moo. If you're with family or friends, take a look at the animals that they chose. Ask them about their favorite animal. Imagine living with all of these animals on a boat. You can keep your animals with you for the story if you want. The big boat floated on the big flood. It seemed like forever for all the families on the boat. Then one day, the sun came out. The clouds disappeared, and the rain stopped. Noah's huge boat came to rest on dry land. Everyone went bounding out into the world, running and jumping and scampering in all directions. Can you show me what you would do when you got off that boat? Then God told all of them, "Do not be afraid. I'm going to make a promise to all of you, to the whole world, and to everyone who lives in it. I will be with you, and I will keep you safe." When God made this promise, God was talking to the whole world. God was talking to cows and pandas. God was talking to Noah's whole family. God was talking to your whole family. And God was talking to you. God said, "Just to remind you of my promise to be safe, I will make the rainbow. When it rains, don't be afraid. Just look for the rainbow." Have you seen a rainbow before? If you have, think about how that made you feel. Sometimes in our world, we are afraid or others are afraid. And sometimes there are really good reasons for being afraid. Sometimes humans don't treat each other well. And sometimes we do it for reasons that don't make any sense. Sometimes people don't treat each other well because of how they look or how they talk or where their family is from or even what religion they practice. So when we think about God's promise in this rainbow, I want to think about what we can do to be a part of that promise. What can we do to make the world safer and more loving? If you have something rainbow colored at home, or if you are using activity eggs from the Lent kit, you'll find a rainbow inside. Or you can find something else rainbow at home. And I'd encourage you to place this somewhere special. Somewhere that can remind you that God is with you. And that we can be a part of making the world safer and more loving. When we tell next week's story, we will use socks to act out characters from the story. So if you have socks that you can use, bring 2 of them next week. Otherwise, you can always use your hands. Will you all close with a special song with me? Since we're thinking about how God is in rainbows and in all of this water, let's sing Peace Like a River. Are you ready? I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river in my soul. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful service. Goodbye.